Hi buddies, welcome to Theo's fascinating program. In this video, let's see how to create a MySQL table with the MySQL software. If you do not know how to install a MySQL software, I would have given in the description. Now let's see how to create a MySQL table. So to create a MySQL table, the following steps has been used. Step 1, we have to open MySQL. So we have to open a MySQL for creating a table. So this is the step 1 what we should follow while we are opening a MySQL software. Step 2, we have to create a database before we create a table. So to create a database, we have to follow the syntax. Syntax is create database, database name. So you have to give a keyword called create database, database name. So the database name can be any name. So third step, you have to select the database using the following syntax. So the syntax is use database name. So according to the following syntax, the database has to be opened. So the fourth step, we have to create a table according to the following syntax. So if the above steps has been done, so the creating a table according to the syntax has to be done. So create table, we have to mention what is the table name, and we have to mention a column name and the respective data type. If it is more than one column, you can separate it by commas and you can give a column name and the data types for your table. So once you create a table, so you can describe it or you can give it as DESC or describe by giving a table name, and you can find whether the structure of table has been created or not. So first, now let's start with step 1, open my SQL. So just click on a start and just go with your programs and go with your MySQL. If it is not installed, install it and you can try. If you open a MySQL, it will ask for your default password. So enter the password which you have created and you can see the MySQL prompt. So now we have to create a database before creating a table. So once again, let's see what is our step 2. So step 2, we have to create a database according to the syntax. So the syntax is create database, database name. So according to the syntax, let me give it as create database, and let me give it as create database, and let me give it as database name. So the just I just give an example, database name is 1. So you can mention any database name. You can see a query, okay, one row is affected. So step 2 has been created. Now we have to do the step 3. Once the database is to be created, so we have to use the database, only then a table is created. Now I'm just using according to the syntax of step 3, use, and the name of the database is 1. So I just give the name of the database semicolon and I hit enter. You can find database change. So we have started to use our database. Now we have to follow the step 4 for creating a table. So we know what is the syntax, create table, table name, and the column name and the respective data type has to be given. So just we have to do the step 4 in our MySQL prompt. So we have to type it as create, just you give it as create, and you have to mention a table name. So I just give create table and we have to mention a table name. So I just create a table name as sample. So you can mention any name for your table and mention a column name and your respective data type. So the column name I just give it as SNO, and let me give it as a column name as integer. So column name I just give it as SNO and integer, and I just give other column name called name, and then we have to mention what is the data type. Data type, it is a character data type. So I specify how many bytes I require. So you can give number of columns separated by comma. Once you completed, close the bracket and hit a semicolon, and you can see query okay. So 0 row is affected and table is created. Now to check whether the table is created, we have to check the structure of a table. Just you can give it as a DESC, or we can give it as describe table name. So if I give just DESC, table name is sample. When I give a name of a table as sample and a semicolon, I can find here the field type null key default. You can find in a field like s number, s name, and this is the structure of the table. So now the table is created. Now it is ready to be insert a value. So let's see how to insert a value in a next video. So this is how we have to create a table with the help of a MySQL table. I hope this video will be helpful for you. Thank you.